feel like every girl has had that moment where they're just crying something over so trivial and getting annoyed at everything, getting annoyed at everyone. And, in the moment, it just feels completely valid and normal. But then you get your period the next day, and then you're like, oh, that's what it was. It all makes sense now.
Yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. And it's almost like you've become a slightly different version of yourself and like a few
Yeah.
days each month. Like I find
Yeah.
that with well, I don't find
Not for
that
you.
I'm just like, wait, who am I talking about?
So if you'll have forgotten, Gabby has PCOS.
Yeah,
So she doesn't get her period every
I
month.
do not. I do not.
But for me, it does. Like
Yeah.
every month, I get, those few days where I'm just so incredibly moody.
Yeah.
And like everyone pisses me off.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I can sort of relate when I do get my periods. Like that does happen with me. And honestly, I actually feel like this is probably a conversation for another time, but I actually do feel like I get really moody still every month. Like that hasn't changed. I
Okay.
know I like talked about in the last episode of PCOS that it's kind of normal, you know. Let's
Mm-mm.
just do a flashback to that. But
Yeah. Flashback right now.
yeah. But yeah, in all thing like in saying that I have noticed like I have been paying more attention lately and I have noticed that I have been getting those sort of mood swings and just like feeling
Okay.
really really pissy and then like pissed off at everyone.
Yeah.
Um yeah, anyway, just a
Yeah. So you do
random
get it.
yeah, I think I do
Yeah.
get it. I just don't get the like the period part.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, anyway, no one really explains like why that sort of happens to you.
Mm.
And you just think you're just being like really dramatic or overly emotional, you know what I mean?
I know. But like the reality is that it's not random at all. It's actually your hormones shifting quite significantly. And that's what we're going to get into today.
Damn, yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. So, welcome back to.
Oh, sorry. Just paying attention to my
So,
So,
welcome back to
her body, her way.
Today we're talking about hormones, PMS, and PMDD, and really breaking down what's actually happening to your body during this cycle, especially in that week prior to your period where everything can just feel a little bit off.
Yeah, absolutely. And like when Mochi, your head is going to a hot glass of tea. Don't want you to burn yourself with your chili pie. Anyway, sorry. Where was I? And yeah, this is like one of those topics where like once you understand it, or like all of those things start to make sense.
Mm,
Like even your mood, your energy levels, your cravings,
mhm.
and even how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pop this question in here because I'm very curious. What is the one thing you really crave during your period?
One thing I really crave, honestly, it would have to be chocolate.
Chocolate?
Like, I know that
Yeah, must
seems like a
be
pretty generic
a
answer,
universal
but
thing because also same.
yeah, I really do. There's just something about chocolate. And for me, also cake. Like anything cake, chocolate cake.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would
damn,
be
that
the
would be
one
probably
thing.
the best combo, chocolate and
Yeah.
cake.
So you're the same?
I'm the same, but
Yeah.
honestly, if I had to pick a go-to, it would be Nutella. Is anyone else the same? Because
Mm.
Nutella is just so good.
Like, do you
Like
eat it straight from the
I
jar
eat it
or?
straight from the jar. I grab a spoon. And
Damn.
then it's usually not just one spoon. I sometimes get like very bold. I'm like, oh, I have another.
So girl double dips in her Nutella jar.
No, I clean the spoon first. I swear.
Sure. But no, chocolate cravings is a real thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a very universal thing, hey?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's get into it.
Let me just let's just get comfortable. Hello. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? So how hormones work. So to, put it simply, hormones are basically chemical messengers in your body, and they travel through your bloodstream. Oh my goodness, this is happening again. This is so bad.
It's so fine.
Your bloodstream,
Mhm.
telling different parts of your body like what to do, which includes things like your mood, your appetite, your sleep,
Mm.
and like even your skin.
Yeah. And in terms of your menstrual cycle, the main hormones involved are estrogen and progesterone, and they rise and fall at different points in the month, which is why you don't feel the same at all.
Right, yeah. And at the beginning of your cycle, like around your period, hormone levels are low. Hormone levels are low. My gosh, why do I sound so? Did you hear that? It's just like it felt like I missed an M. Anyway, yeah, yeah.
What's going on
I
today?
don't know.
She's nervous.
I am. You guys make me shy. Okay, so yeah, at the beginning of your cycle, basically, like around your period,
Mhm.
hormone levels are low, and then estrogen starts to rise, which is why you often feel more energetic, confident, and clear headed in that phase.
Mm.
And Josie, based off our previous discussions in the periods episodes,
Yes.
what phase are we talking about?
Oh my goodness. It is the follicular
Incorrect.
phase.
No, I'm kidding. It is.
Oh my goodness. Shame.
Correct.
Yeah, so then after ovulation, progesterone becomes the dominant hormone, and that's when things start to shift a little, especially as you get closer to your period, because both estrogen and progesterone start to drop quite quickly.
Right, yeah, damn.
Yeah.
Um yeah, and I guess when that drop um when that drop is triggered, oh sorry. What I'm trying what am I saying? Oh my god. Wow. This is
Wow.
so bad. Yeah, and that drop is really what triggers PMS symptoms,
Mhm.
because it affects things like serotonin,
Mhm.
which is a chemical that helps regulate your mood.
Mhm.
And I'm like, have you heard of serotonin before?
Yeah, here and there.
Yeah, I've heard it a lot on social media these days. It's
Yeah.
just like,
Same.
yeah, I guess like there's a few different. It's like serotonin, dopamine.
Mm.
What's the other ones?
Um, I feel like it's mainly those two. Hey,
No, I feel like there's more.
there's more.
Wait, wait. Let me
Let's search it up.
serotonin. I feel like this could be another dope. Sorry, I'm like diverting.
That's so fine.
Yeah, here. Sorry, I'm diverting a little bit, but the like serotonin is part of the feel good hormones.
Mm.
And I just googled it real quick just to get a brief understanding.
Yeah.
So there's dopamine, which is the reward chemical, serotonin, which is the mood stabilizer,
Mm.
oxytocin, oxytocin.
That's the
um,
one. I've heard it pop around on social
yeah,
media too.
yeah, the
Mhm.
love hormone. That's the one you
Mhm.
heard on social media. The love hormone. What are you watching on social media?
Damn.
Cool, you
Moving on.
um, and endorphins is the other one,
Yeah.
which is the painkiller. Anyway, I feel
Mm.
like that would actually be really interesting to get into
I
for an
think so
episode.
too.
So we should totally do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on. Um,
So yeah,
yeah,
basically in a nutshell, like your hormones don't stay the same throughout the whole month, and that's why your mood doesn't either.
yeah,
So
yeah. Tea.
so yeah,
Oh, speaking of tea, sorry. Can we cheers?
tea, yes. Let's
Tea.
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mm,
Mm,
that's lovely.
yeah, yeah. How's your tea?
Yeah, my cold brew was great. Anyway,
Anyway.
so you might have heard the term PMS float around a lot, um, especially a lot on social media, I feel like.
Mm,
And what it actually stands for is premenstrual syndrome. And I actually only learned that a few episodes ago too.
yeah.
But yeah, it happens in the 1 to 2 weeks leading up to your period, and it's something that so many women can experience. And I think the statistic was around 75% of women experience to some degree.
Yeah,
Mm.
and PMS can actually show up in both, physical and emotional ways.
Hmm.
So physically you might notice, things like bloating, breast tenderness, headaches, acne, or even just feeling more tired than usual, which actually, I guess most women um feel those things because I definitely do. I definitely
Same.
get I get a lot of breast tenderness before,
Yeah, me
as well
too.
as bloating. Or I just bloat on a regular basis because of PCOS. But yeah,
Yeah.
anyway.
But does it become like extra bloating leading up to?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say it does. It's like an additional bloat to the bloat. I don't know if that's
Mm.
even the way to describe it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I would say that for me too because
Yeah.
I also just bloat all the time.
Yeah.
But it's those for me it's more like, yeah, a week leading up to my period. I bloat so much.
Yeah.
Like fat and ugly, not in a good mood.
No.
And that's when I know, okay, my period's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're very obvious signs for a lot of women, especially for
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. But
Um,
you know what? I've actually experienced like breast tenderness and then I just don't get my period.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that
I
also a sign of
I think
PCOS?
I think that's part of PCOS, just like experiencing all of those. Now that I'm realizing experiencing all of those phases,
Mm,
but just missing a period.
right,
Yeah, I
okay.
think that's really what's happening with my body and I'm starting to realize that as of lately because I'm like, why am I so moody? Why am I so upset all the time? And then all of a sudden I'm
Mm.
like, God, I can do everything. This, and this. I can get that done. And then all of a sudden it's just like,
Yeah.
my boobies.
My boobies.
My boobies.
Wow, so it really is so unpredictable for you.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Ah, anyway. Sadness. I said it felt normal last episode, but it's not
No,
normal.
digging deeper.
Yeah.
She realizes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah, but back to this, I guess emotionally, it could look like irritability, mood swings, feeling very sensitive, or getting upset really easily. And I think that's a part that a lot of people struggle with because, again, it just feels less predictable.
Yeah, and
Mm.
like your tolerance for certain things just
Hmm.
drops. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Oh, 100%. If
Yeah,
you're
you just,
breathing too loudly next to
oh my
me, like,
gosh.
go away.
Yeah, no, honestly.
Hmm.
And like so situations like really like that normally wouldn't bother you suddenly feel so overwhelming and frustrating. Just
Mm.
like yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these
Right,
are
me
all
right now.
very real.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Damn.
kidding.
Yeah, these are very real symptoms.
100%, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And it's not just being a woman. I don't know. I feel like a lot of men can tend to think that, but it's just PMS symptoms. Our bodies are going through hormonal changes to get ready for a period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And yeah, for me personally, I notice a lot of these things with, again, like cravings. I crave a lot of chocolate during that time. My energy is down and I feel a lot more tired and heavier. And I just want like comfort foods, like
Mm.
warm soups or what else do I like to eat? Yeah, like a good curry. I don't
Oh,
know,
yeah,
just
good
something
curry
that's
sounds
really
good.
like hearty and comforting for the body?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
No, like same. And for me as well, it's like I'll show. And for me as well, I think it's like also an emotional thing. Like I'm just more reactive and
Mm.
everything just feels so intense and
Mhm.
just too much sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my husband can probably vouch for that. But he
Yeah.
knows like when I get like that, he's like, here's some chocolate, here's this, here's have some cuddles, have some
Oh,
cuddles. You
good.
want some
Oh, cuddles
tea?
are so
Oh
important.
yeah, cuddles. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
just like so comforting and warm and just like
Mhm.
yeah, love,
Mhm.
love.
Yeah, so all in all, PMS isn't just mood swings. It's very like physical and emotional changes that are all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm. Another question that could pop up is why does PMS happen?
Yeah. That's a good one. So I guess the reason why PMS happens, like it's not just random. It's
Mm.
actually linked to the drop in estrogen and progesterone,
Mhm.
which affects serotonin levels in the brain, and that's what influences like your mood, sleep, and even your cravings.
Yeah, and your body is also using more energy during this phase, which is why you feel hungrier and you crave these sorts of foods like carbs and sugar, and your brain is trying to boost its serotonin levels.
Yeah, so essentially, that just means your PMS cravings are biological. Your
Mm,
body is just trying to regulate your mood.
mm. But there's also another layer to this, which is PMDD, and that stands for premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And it's essentially it's a much more severe form of PMS.
Yeah, honestly, not gonna lie, this feels like an onion. There's just so many layers
Really
to
is.
all of this, which is
Yeah,
actually so crazy.
I agree.
Yeah. Anyway, so the difference, I guess, isn't just having stronger symptoms, it's like the level of impact it has on your life.
Mm,
Because PMDD can affect your relationships, your work, your overall mental health.
mm. Yeah, and these symptoms can include like very severe depression, extreme irritability or rage, anxiety, panic attacks, and just feeling completely overwhelmed or hopeless, which is a very which is very different from typical PMS.
Yeah, and yeah, one of the key signs in these symptoms are that it's in a cycle.
Mm,
So they show up before your period and then they improve or disappear once your period starts.
mm. And PMDD, it affects a much smaller percentage of women. It says here around 3 to 8%. So it's often really undiagnosed for women, or mistaken for like general anxiety or depression.
Wow.
Hmm. So yeah, if you feel like you're a completely different person before your period, and then you're like suddenly normal again, it could it might not just be PMS and it could be something worthy to look into.
Oh my god, do I have PMDD?
Girl,
Oh my god, wait,
go check it out.
do you just go to the doctors to get that checked?
I guess so, yeah. Just go to your local GP, and go through those symptoms and see what they
Oh my
say.
gosh.
Mm.
Because I'm literally a psycho. No, you're mad.
Damn. Let's ask the husband.
Yeah. Just like holds him like he's like here and then I'm just like holding like a little knife, like not a knife behind him but like
A gun.
yeah, yeah. Here the script.
Uh,
Anyway, so listener questions, shall we get into that?
yeah. So one question we get a lot here is why emotions feel so much stronger before your period. And that really comes back to hormones affecting your brain chemistry, particularly serotonin. So what we mentioned before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And yeah, so thanks for dropping that in the comments. Shout out to oh my god. Just like
Shame. Drop the comment.
Oh my god, that is so funny. Okay, we'll just keep pretending. Make it till you make it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. And like another common one is about cravings. And
Mm,
like we mentioned, your body actually needs more energy in this phase, which is why you're more drawn to, carbs and comfort food and sugars.
yeah. And we also get asked if it's normal to feel more irritated with people, and the answer is yes. To a degree, it feels.
I'm sorry.
I didn't think it would say that. We also get asked. Shame. We also get asked if it's normal to a degree. If we get irritated with people, and the answer is yes. Um, but if it feels like extreme or unmanageable, that's when I would probably look into more of the side of PMDD.
Yeah, right. So I
Mm.
guess feeling more emotional before your period is normal,
Hmm.
but extreme changes shouldn't be ignored. Is, long story short.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just like the previous episodes, we want to introduce a segment on testing products. And for this episode, with it being about hormones and PMS, we want to look at products that are meant to support PMS and hormonal symptoms because there's just so much out there that it's hard to know what actually works.
Yeah, and I guess some of these things could be like, supplements, pain relief devices, which we did actually discuss 10. I mean, you've brought that up in the periods
Yeah.
episode, 10's device,
Hmm.
and also cycle tracking tools that claim to help regulate symptoms or make them more manageable, which I have used the app called Flow. I don't know if you've heard of that
Mm,
one before.
I have, yes. Is it good?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I just did the free version, so
Mm,
you get what you pay for. But
mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a few more that I looked into as well. Like talking about the TENS device, there's one that I saw from Overa. They do a period pain relief device. Um, with like supplements, there's also the Flow PMS gummy vitamins. We could
Mm.
try that.
Yeah, I'd be keen to try that.
Yeah, another one are magnesium powders. So there's one from Bioceuticals, and yeah, again, the period tracker app called Flow. But
Yeah.
there's so many out there that I feel like it would be good to test each one and just see which one's the best.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because
Yeah.
how much was Flow when you used it?
Oh, I think it's like a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
I don't think it was too dear.
Okay.
But it did look like it's got a lot of information. It helps you track your periods, and then it also gives you things to help manage um any symptoms that you get. So I feel like that could be an opportunity to like have
Mm.
it like test it out, and maybe that would also help me track my very irregular cycles. So maybe I should be the one to test that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm
but
thinking for myself, like,
mm,
because I'm on the contraceptive pill, I don't feel like it's that necessary to use a tracking app. But then it would be good to just like because you can record like your symptoms and stuff, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I could record my symptoms on there and test it out that way.
yeah,
But yeah, I guess it would be good for you too, just to see test how irregular your periods are.
yeah. No, that sounds good. We'll
Mm.
we'll test that. Well, I feel like with PCOS, it might be a while for me to really get a good um product testing going for this app.
Mm.
So, might hear back next year about this.
Yeah. Give her like 10 to 12
Yeah, give
months.
me give me a few months.
Yeah.
Oh, not a few, like yeah, a year.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
no, we'll test these over time and share what actually makes a difference, what we think are good products or devices.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, you don't have to waste your money guessing.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
And I guess another big thing is like myth busting. There's so many myths.
Ms.
There's so many myths surrounding this topic, and we're gonna bust it. We're gonna. It's happening to me now. But yeah, we're gonna bust one of the biggest myths about PMS.
Oh my gosh, maybe we shouldn't use the term bust. I don't know.
What's another way?
Yeah, maybe that is the only one.
Yeah.
We are going to. Yeah, I feel like that's the best word, really. So I'm just gonna like recreate a meme out of this. We're going to bust.
Yeah, do it.
Anyway, yeah, I guess one of the biggest myths is that PMS is just women being dramatic. Did a man write this? Oh my gosh.
100%.
Okay, because like, let me tell you, in reality,
We're gonna
Wait,
bust a few myths.
You're gonna bust.
We're gonna bust a few
I'm gonna
myths.
talk about myths.
You know what? I do hate that word.
Yeah.
There really is no other word for it.
There really isn't.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll get started then.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest myths is that PMS is just women being dramatic.
Rude.
Did a man say that? Like,
literally.
Because in reality, it's actually linked to real hormones and neurological changes. Yeah, write that down.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just resonate with this a lot because I hate it when men, say that,
Yeah.
oh, like you're just being dramatic, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
But no, like we're going through such dramatic hormonal changes in our body.
Yeah.
No,
definitely.
Yeah, and another one is that everyone experiences the same PMS symptoms, but it's actually very different from that because everyone can experience very different or varying symptoms, and it changes a lot from person to person.
Yeah, and there's another idea that that nothing can help PMS, and that isn't true either. Because lifestyle changes, supplements and medical support can really make a difference in these
Absolutely.
situations. Yeah.
So yeah, PMS isn't just in your head. It's a hormonal change in the body, and yeah. What else do you say to that? Yeah. So I wanted to ask you, what's like the most obvious PMS symptom for you?
I think the most obvious would definitely be related to emotional changes, and that would be mood swings. Just like being very irritated and frustrated at certain at just like just things that I shouldn't be irritated and frustrated on. You know what I mean? Just like someone like my partner would be having a regular conversation with me about something that we need to discuss really, and then I'd just be like, I would just go like wild, man. Like I would just be like, I don't know, as an example, like, oh, like why are we talking about, like, why, like what's the deal, like I don't understand why we're talking about this right now, like, and I'd just be like, and then later on I'd be like, whoa, I totally overreacted to that. Like he was just like nicely asking me a question and I'm just like yeah, I just feel like so sensitive and reactive. It's so bad. What about you?
I relate, girl. Like before I went on the pill, I actually never used to track my period. So I would actually heavily rely on these signs. And yeah, usually I start off with emotionally first. I would get very easily irritated. My road rage would be insane. Just everything would annoy me, and my patience was so thin. Then,
I can't imagine you road raging.
girl, it's bad.
It's bad.
Like, I think when I'm by myself, that's when it's like, not the best.
Yeah, because
Um,
in the car, she's just like the absolute sweetheart. Oh, you can go. You can go in front of me. That's fine. It's
yeah,
like,
that's when I'm on my ovulation phase.
yeah.
But no, yeah, I'm just like, I have no sympathy for bad drivers. Anyway, I get very irritated. And then my physical changes start to happen, and that's when
Mm-mm.
I get breast tenderness, I get bloating. I'm also I actually start to cramp a little bit too. That's when I know, okay, my period is starting. That's why I'm having all these symptoms. And yeah, that's when I get ready for it. So I would say those are my main PMS
So
symptoms.
like everything on the list of PMS.
Literally, I get every single
Yeah, yeah,
symptom,
yeah.
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
um,
so today we talked about hormones, PMS, PMDD, and hopefully it gives you a better understanding of your body and mood and why it can shift so much throughout the month.
yeah, and I guess like the biggest takeaway is that all of these changes are not random.
Mm,
They're not something to feel guilty about or embarrassed about. They're literally just how your body works, just meant to happen.
exactly. And in the next episode, we're going to build on this topic more. We're going to talk more about hormones, mainly, I guess, on the side of body changes, including things like bloating. We kind of touched on it today, acne, and why your body can look and feel very different week to week.
Yeah, so yeah, and if you ever looked in the mirror and wondered, why you feel completely different at different times of the month, that episode will really explain a lot in terms of that, which will be really interesting actually, because I honestly feel like my body always changes throughout the month, and it's just like sometimes I feel blah and
Same.
and just disgusting, and then other times I'm just like, damn, look at me.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I
Honestly,
am
same.
slaying. But
Mm.
yeah,
So
it's a
yeah,
mixed
it'll
bag.
be good to look into that.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah. Be
yeah.
interesting.
But thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening,
We
everyone.
will catch you on our next episode next week. And if you want to, um, crap.
If you want to crap.
If you want
Yes.
to keep up with our episodes, please follow us on our socials. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and also catch our episodes on Spotify as well.
We're also on YouTube, but
And YouTube,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you then. Bye
Bye.
bye.